Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Just hear from Broward.
So, we've got some problems going on in America. And again, my name is Jason Mayer. I'm running for the vacated seat left by the death of Alcee Hastings in District 20. That's the district. Who thinks the American way is it's too hard, don't try? Anybody agree with that one? Well, I hear that all the time. It's too hard, don't try. I don't want to donate. It's too hard. It's unwinnable. It's D plus 31 or whatever number they come up with. And my answer is 1776 was D plus 301. And you know, that was too hard, don't try. You know, I asked a donor once to open up his wallet, and he said I would never donate to a race that can't win. And I said, well, you're lucky our founding fathers were not here to hear that, because they'd probably blow you out of your socks for saying something like that, because it's about as un-American as it gets. So, what we've got going on in this country is our children are being attacked. Our police are being attacked. Our military is being attacked. Everything's being attacked. And all the pillars of communism are going on. Every single one of them. Starting with education. Now, I'm lacking in that department in the traditional sense. I did not have much of a education beyond 12th grade. I self-educated. I was a little bit of I skipped school to read the Federalist Papers. I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of people. I was a pro fighter, you know, from 2 to 16. I sustained an injury, and that injury led to OxyContin. Anybody heard of that? Yeah, the Sacklers. So now I feel like, wow. It's a difference. Anyway, that causes trouble in one's life. And, you know, a symptom of addiction is you get arrested. It's just one of those things that happens. And back then it wasn't as mainstream. You know, you didn't have as many celebrities coming out and talking about it. Now it's a very mainstream thing, right? There's a lot of awareness centered around addiction. And I wound up, you know, going back and forth through the system for a very long time, and I figured out one day that the way out was to help other people. God played a major, major role in it. Woo! And quite frankly, yeah, and while I'm on the topic of God, that's one of the things that's also being attacked in this country is faith. Okay? So now that we've gotten that part of my past out of the way, the reason that it's so important for me to bring up is that I found that we all create our own boxes. I can't do this, I can't do that, and you know, we set our own limitations. I jumped into this race on a Thursday, and the qualifying cutoff was the following Tuesday at noon. That meant I had to raise the money, drive it up to Tallahassee in, you know, I had 2.5 business days basically. And they said, nah, that's impossible. Don't try. And so we did it. And, you know, I did it with the help of others. And I started getting notes after I put my story out there from around the country. And those, you know, Facebook, I hate to use that platform, but, you know, it's I do it to annoy them mainly. They don't like me being there, believe me. But I started getting notes all over the place on every different platform, via mail, what have you. And it was, I saw your story, can I call you because now I want to run for office, and I didn't think I could before. And I said, no, don't call me when your name's on the ticket and you have a website and you're an actual candidate. There you go. Right? Make up your mind and actually do it. Because there's a lot of people that say that they're patriots. Yeah, I'm a patriot. Patriot's an action word, right? You can't just say you're a patriot. You have to be a patriot and do patriotic things like serve your country, right, and run for office. And this is the time right now, by the way, if we don't have that groundswell of young conservatives, there's an R next to my name, but I'm a constitutional conservative.
Yes, sir.
All right. And there's a big difference these days because now I kind of see, on a much smaller scale, of course, what President Trump went through. He was fighting with everyone. And if the Republican Party could get out of its own damn way, this country wouldn't be in as much trouble as it's in. The one thing that the radical left is very good at doing is uniting, causing trouble, and then running away. So I got interviewed by the Sun Sentinel, and everybody said, don't do it, they're gonna snag you up. And I said, the only person that's gonna snag me up is myself. I did it, and I got a great endorsement out of them, which was a big surprise. As much as they wanted to hate me, it's really hard to argue with logic, and it's really hard to deny the fact that we're losing this country, and it's a different place. I'm 35. I don't recognize this country anymore, at all. I mean, you go back 5-6 years, it's a completely different country. I had the privilege of talking to 2 women that were in their 80s, that are in their 80s, I hope still, last week, and they escaped Fidel's Cuba. And they told me what they see in this country is exactly what happened in Cuba when the Communist Party took over. They attack faith, they attack education, they attack the military, and they attack the police. They don't want to defund the police, they want to federalize the police. They want to federalize the electoral system, right? This mandate for the military to be vaccinated, they started with Navy SEALs and fighter pilots, the healthiest people in the world, right? I know my odds are about the same as getting struck by lightning, right? I'm not getting vaccinated against getting struck by lightning, right? So the point here is when you see things like that start to happen, there's an obvious effort to dismantle our military, our educational system. I've got a group of parents and we're all very concerned about our kids, all right? I have a 5-year-old who now just entered the public school system, and I said, there's no way he's wearing a mask. It's a means of control. There was a study done, it strips you of your identity, right? And they discovered that thousands of years ago. They used to use it as a form of punishment. They're doing it to our kids. Now we have CRT being inserted into schools, and the governor said no CRT, so they just named it something else, and it literally has the same initials. They just renamed it something else. They're calling it something it's not. What are we, idiots? We don't know what's going on? And they're teaching our kids to see color rather than to grow up being colorblind. We're watching, if they have it their way, the resegregation of America. That's what's happening. And you know what else is happening? China, they're kicking back right now, and they're saying, wow, this is great. We don't even have to do anything. They're gonna destroy themselves. It's like a self-cleaning oven. Just let it run its course. They're gonna eat each other alive. But the good thing here is, I had it was supposed to be a debate, but my Republican primary challenger, he didn't show up to that, which was no surprise, but it turned into an interview, and they said, how do you feel about the Biden administration? Do you think they're doing a good job? And I said, no, absolutely not. I don't think in fact, I can't name a single thing that they're doing right. They said, well, what do you mean? I said, what do I mean? The withdrawal from Afghanistan, the economy, the crisis at our southern border.
$3.5 billion.
You're right. They said, what do you think about the spending bill that it's got zero to do with infrastructure, right? Maybe like 1%. The rest is all about robbing our youth, right? And maybe my children's children's children will pay that back. But the point is, when Joe Biden says it costs nothing, it's going to actually cost more than nothing, right? Yeah, it costs nothing to him. So, what we're watching, since they are pushing so hard, so fast, and we're seeing colossal screw up after colossal screw up, I see her. I'm wrapping it up. We're seeing such colossal screw-ups on the part of this administration that we're watching the death of this radical leftist movement, I hope. And we have to keep this momentum going. Young people, anybody, constitutional conservatives, step up, get off your asses.
Yep.
Otherwise, we lose this country, and there's no getting it back. All right? There literally won't be any getting it back. So, you can look throughout world history. This tends to happen at the 250-year mark. We're at 245. So now is the time where we do or die. And if you hear it's too hard, don't try, walk away.
Yeah.
See you later. Goodbye. So, my name is Jason Mariner. I'm running for United States Congress in South Florida's 20th Congressional District. All right, we're going to win. I'm not going anywhere until I'm in Washington and Speaker Pelosi hears from my mouth that House belongs to us, not her. They work for us, not the other way around. All right? So I need people to go to the website, mariner4congress.com. That's FOR Congress.com. Mariner4congress.com. Donate, help out. Every penny counts. It's a community effort. If we don't do this, we're going to regret it. Mark my words. And we don't have much time. So, God bless everyone in here, the Constitution, and God bless America. And I wish this alleged president would end his speeches with God bless America. Thank you for the time.